Well, we are back one final time here at the Auburn Rec and Wellness Center for the 7th of 7 games. Alongside Blake Phillips, I'm Aiden Kowalski, calling the intramural men's championship game between Big Guards and three-time OGs. Blake, you've called two previously. Let's just kind of give a recap of the night in general.
Well, we started off with a fantastic Weagle versus Eagle Eye game, the Jared Dillard Memorial game. That was a blast to get things kicked off. I mean, the support for that was great. It was just student media players going, and slowly we have ramped up into a fantastic finale. I mean, that's not a comprehensive recap, but the fans have just been piling in for all these games.
The fans have been piling in. You could see the fraternities. There was people all around the sidelines, the backboards, the baselines, the stands behind us for those events. You could barely find an open spot to stand. It's cleared up just a little bit as we approach the 8:30 timeline for the start and tip-off of the Big Guards and three-time OGs. Of course, calling a fraternity or sorority match, you have so many more people on a team. You have more options to sub. Now you have 7 players on Big Guards and 12 total players on three-time OGs.
I'm interested to see how Big Guards play. They must have some serious resiliency when it comes to cardio, because there is a lot of depth on the three-time OG side. Big Guards only with 7 players. That might catch up to them in the second half. Three-time
OGs are going to be in black, where the Big Guards will be in the white uniforms. Now, just kind of taking a peek here, we're going to be getting tipped off momentarily. In white for the Big Guards will be number 20, Kevin Kulick, and a non-numbered roster. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one tonight. It's going to be tipped off and in possession with the Big Guards. Taking it up the floor there is the captain, Samuel Green. As Green will give it off to his right here at the top with 19:52 to go. 2 20-minute halves to go. And in a moment, we're going to talk a little bit about how these two teams get here, as Samuel Green will take the pull-up jumper. That one goes off the iron and now coming the other way. We're going to go with Philip DeRosier with the ball over to number 2. That's Elijah at the top of the key. No score here in the first half of play. In the final game of the night, 3-ball coming for three-time OGs. That one off the mark. We're still scoreless after 2 possessions. Streaking all the way up is Williams, kicking it out for 3. That is nothing but the bottom of the net. That's number 28, Rodney Drish.
A couple of early 3 looks for both sides. That one finally finds the back of the net. And so far, I'm liking the looks both sides are getting. And it's man-to-man defense from both sides, leading to a little bit of separation. We'll just see the shots can start falling.
Pull-up jumper from deep by Jonathan Walker. That goes off the mark. Jonathan Walker, along with Robert Benson, the co-captains for the three-time OGs. His play is slowed up a little bit as they're looking to get set up here. Driving to the basket along the baseline, the pull-up jumper. That one will rattle on the rim and fall home for the first couple points of the game here for the Big Guards. 5-0 on that last shot attempt from Drish. Layup off the mark.
Both sides attacking the baseline at the moment. They went from going for 3 balls to heading straight to the rim. But the defense too strong at the moment.
Last Euro step there from Kevin Kulick. Now going up on the and 1 attempt. The basket does not count, but Elijah Adedoyan will be shooting 2.
Good pace. I like that. But you hope the shot falls right there. The transitions back and forth have been quick.
So do you have stats on these two teams that we can fill in the audience?
Definitely. Well, both sides shooting very similar games, both averaging about 60 points per game in the playoffs. They both won 4 straight games, so fairly consistent from both those sides. They both averaged between 55 and 65. And throughout groups, it was the Big Guards that dominated offensively, averaging over 70. And there's a big 3-ball, 8-1 this score.
That's for the Big Guards. That was number 5, Devontae Williams. Now driving to the hole, Adedoyan. He goes baseline. They're going to swing it back out. 3-ball coming. That one, nothing but net. It's now 8-4. Cuts the lead in half.
That's a good answer. You never want to start with a serious run going your other way. An 8-1 you can live with. Cutting it down to just a 4-point lead keeps it manageable.
Williams driving baseline all the way to the hole. He'll score 2 and put the Big Guards in double digits. Driving is DeRosier. I'm just going to assume that's his name because we really don't have much of a lineup card
no
there.
number, just a
But
tank top.
regardless, 2 points.
It was a nice shot. I mean, you don't need a number to shoot well, and that was a great drive.
Yeah, exactly. 10-6 is your score. Pull-up three-pointer. That goes in and out. Just didn't fall and didn't want to. Now coming the other way, three-time OGs, no good. Now, if I had to take a guess why they're called three-time OGs, they've probably been a team for a while. You know, you look at them and you say, well, you know, is this really a championship caliber team? But then now kind of looking at their name and understanding, they play so well together, it seems. And that's a good reason about why they're here, I'm sure. At the top, that's Rodney Drish. Almost gets it taken away. Now for Kevin Kulik, a nice feed down low for the captain in green.
It was nice there. Nearly coughed it up. But the three-time OGs, they played a tight game. Just not getting the shots to fall.
16 minutes to go in the first half. 12-6 in favor of Big Guards. That'll be going the other way, out of bounds off of Adedoyan. So here for the Big Guards to try and increase their lead. A nice pass down low coming from Williams. Going up with contact there was Kulik to get the basket.
Big presence inside so far.
Jonathan Walker, one of the team captains for three-time OGs, driving, just almost playing hopscotch to try and get there. It doesn't fall. The other way, Kulik will stop and hold up. He'll give it out to the top again. Trying to get it set up for Williams. Williams takes one deep, no good. Tried the offensive rebound, but now it's Adedoyan coming the other way.
Not going to push the pace. They're going to like to set up their offense, three-time OGs. Look for those clean shots and not just go wild into the paint as we've seen them do a couple of times.
Walker swings it out to Tariq Spears. Spears drives baseline, up and under, no good. Offensive rebound by Walker. He'll put it home to end a small scoring drought that we've seen from the three-time OGs.
Very, very important basket right there. Again, keeping things manageable. You don't want to let a big run get your confidence and your momentum down. You want to make sure this scoreline doesn't get out of hand too quickly. Rodney
Drish is going to go behind the back. He'll put it up with some contact. No call. Haven't seen too many fouls yet. So it's 14-8 with 14 and a half to go. Almost picked off there. The Big Guards are playing up to their name for sure. Deep three coming. Three-time OGs are cutting into this lead. It's a three-point game.
Like I said, they just weren't hitting the bottom of the net just yet. They were getting good looks. Now the shots are falling. I expect this game to get a lot closer.
A steal now coming the other way by Walker. Walker, the one-on-two. He'll slow up now. Coming to the hole there is Adedoyan. He'll get it picked off.
One too many passes there.
Big Guards coming the other way is Drish. He'll drive to the hole. He'll get it poked away. Reconvene. He'll put it up and in.
This is certainly turning into a battle of either who can get the three or who can attack the paint with more ferocity. Right now, the battle down low, I would say, is definitely going to the Big Guards.
You can see some of the referees players are questioning their calls a little bit. I mean, they are students at the end of the day, so you can't give them too much slack as the three-time OGs go up and in for another 2 points. And it's a good and close game, as there's going to be the first timeout so far, I believe, by the Big Guards as they see their lead start to dwindle just a little bit more now. It's a three-point game. Blake Phillips, Aiden Kowalski. Blake, what have you seen just from this first half of play, and what are the trends that you want to look forward to?
I'm looking to the battle in the paint for the Big Guards. They have found an advantage inside, and they've been exploiting it so far, but the shooting of three-time OG, something to be reckoned with. I'd like to see less space given to them, especially along the three-point arc. I think 2 threes have gone in so far for the three-time OGs, and if that trend continues, it could be dangerous for the Big Guards.
Look at this behind us. For anyone who shows up to these events, you have staff throwing out T-shirts. I mean, this is like a real event here we're talking about, whether it be Auburn basketball or a football game. No cannon, but, they're just throwing it up in the crowd. They have children out in the stands. It's an event for sure, to say the least, as we're going to be resuming play with 13:28 here to go in the first half of play.
I mean, we've seen quality basketball so far,
Yeah.
and I mean, that deserves a big crowd like this and an event-worthy crowd and activities. So as long as the players keep producing, I am all for the fanfare.
Eventually we'll have to swing the camera back behind us. I remember over there we had a camera facing toward us, as you could see.
Yes.
As now the Big Guards are going to try and get their lead back. Poked from behind, staying with it is Drish, and Drish will get fouled before the shot, so it will be an inbound from the baseline for the Big Guards.
Again, number 28, attacking down low. He's been a menace so far. But right back to it. Doesn't matter who the player is. Right now, that is the strategy.
Kulik, a nice step back. Just the fadeaway jumper. That is clean as can be. Looks like me out there.
I'm sure it does.
Adedoyan will put the spin move on. He couldn't get it to fall. Good defense from Kulik. He can shoot the ball and he can also defend on both sides. 12.5 to go in the first. Big guards 18, three-time OGs 13. Good ball movement from big guards. There's Green. He'll get it picked away. That will go into the backcourt and out of bounds. That'll be going to the way of the three-time OGs.
First mistake, really, we've seen offensively for the big guards. Coughing up a possession there. They have been efficient with their ball handling and with their passes. I mean, sure, sometimes shots don't go in, but right there is just a straight-up miss. Missed pass, mistimed. Now they'll play defense.
You can see it's a cleaner style of game that you're going to see. It's a step above pickup, and it's a step above a lot of, I'd say, even travel teams in high school that they could compete here at this level.
This is collegiate intramurals after all.
Even at the AAU level, deep three coming from Walker. He gets it.
Love that.
Walker cuts the lead to 2.
Big guy, feel it from beyond the arc.
They're shooting him and they're making him, that's for sure. With possession, there is Rodney Drish. Drish will drive toward the paint. He'll give it back up for Williams. Williams gets fouled on his way up. Will it be a shooting foul?
Again, it's Rodney Drish facilitating the offense there. He was the one driving towards the basket and kicked it out, leading to that opening and the eventual foul on Devontae Williams. It's just good Rocket League right now. Good basketball right now.
So at the line to shoot 2 is Williams. He'll increase the lead to 3 on that first, and the substitution coming here for Jalen Averite. Out goes Elijah Adedoyan. A running clock up until 1 minute in regulation of each half.
Important to keep an eye on as we get that late. So with those 2 minutes left, the team is up by a lot. We saw that where they would just pass it around and waste time.
I'm going to go with Philip DeRosier just because, who had the ball previously, because he has that stripe of Under Armour going down his back. I'm just going to make that assumption, so we'll just go with him for number 1 for now until we get confirmation. But we can see Daryl Cotton. He'll give it up along top. Three-time OGs having a tough time driving toward the paint. A lot of their shots and points have come off three-pointers, but that one goes off the mark. Getting the rebound there was Averite. Deep three coming, and he's got it.
That was deep by the definition. I mean, hey, if three-time OGs are hitting them, why not keep taking them?
Now only down by 1. Devontae Williams with a 3, and that's going to go out of bounds. So 20-19 is the score, and we got another non-number roster invite coming into the game. Here for the three-time OGs subbing out, we do know is the captain, Jonathan Walker.
Keeping us on our toes here in the booth.
And we do have a booth. It's a nice booth. It's a spacious booth. Great seats. This is exactly what you'd want if you're going to be calling a game. Oh, a nice baseline, no-look pass. Going up there was Jalen Averite, and he'll get called for the foul.
We get a front row seats to that beautiful. I love the idea there. Knew exactly where his teammate was, and leads to 2 free throws.
These boys can ball, that's for sure. So now looking to tie the game up if he can make one of these 2 free throws. He misses the first. That's Jalen Averite. Or Averite.
Settle down a bit.
However, the pronunciations, how have the pronunciations gone for your games? I mean, have you gotten really much instruction on that end?
Well, with intramural sports, it's a little difficult sometimes.
It is a little difficult as Averite misses the pair. Now coming the other way at the point, Devontae Williams. Williams will try and work toward his right. He'll kick it back out for 3. The long ball, no good. Last shot taken by that was Malik Stinson with his first shot of the game, and there's going to be a foul right at the Auburn logo at midcourt.
I don't mind that foul. There was a lot of pace that the three-time OGs were moving with there. They could have gotten down and made a quick basket, but stopped in the midfield. I mean, no one's really in foul trouble here. And again, Rosier pulling up from deep. He's feeling confident right now.
Yeah, Rosier, that was a little deep, but he was trying to feel a heat check there. A nice pass off the double team there by Averite. Now driving toward the hole. Excuse me, that was Drish. who's driving. Now it kicks it back out for Stinson. Stinson with it with 7:52 to go here in the first half. Stinson putting the moves on. A wild layup somehow gets it to go as he's falling down toward his left with the right hand.
Well, if basketball doesn't pan out, he's got a career as an acrobat.
No kidding. Daryl Cotton now. He wanted to look for the three, but then he finds an open man down low. The layup unable to go. Offensive rebound again for a fourth time.
My.
The little guy not getting the call. This has just been, it's been a physical, but they're not calling much.
And
that we've seen, although Mark, just eat my words right there.
A fight in the midfield for the ball right there.
It takes a pretty physical, go
at this level, oh my, yes.
So currently 22-19 in favor of the big guards versus the three-time OGs. The officials for tonight's game will be Jack Yohn, Kyle Shaw, and David Dykes. Kyle Shaw, got to talk with him a little bit before. He is a sophomore now. I actually had a class with him last semester, so.
Small world.
Small world. I mean, we are in school at a university, so. Shot no good by Drish.
I love that aggression there. Oh, my. Drish.
Full
Even though
court
he
press,
missed the
too.
shot, he's pushing.
Now Jonathan Walker is going to pull up for three. Bingo! Walker nails it to give the three-time OGs the first lead of the night.
That's got to feel so good. They have come alight from outside the three-point arc. If that keeps going, big guards better find many more chances inside, just like that.
So there's going to be a foul on DeRozier. Now, I thought they took the lead on that last possession because they were at 20, and that was a three ball from Walker. He was probably 3 feet outside the three-point arc as well. But free throws coming for Stinson to give the lead right back into the favor of the big guards.
Well, yes, three-time OG still hunting for that first league, says the scoreboard. But if they keep hitting the shots that they're getting space for, then it should be no problem for them.
All right. So it'll be a 2-point lead now. The big guards came in with 7 players on their roster. They brought all 7 here, but the three-time OGs, they had a list of 12 on their roster, but only 9 showed up. Well, that doesn't seem to faze them much here. The hot hand coming. That one's going to go over the back iron and backboard. Off the shot from Jonathan Walker. Now coming the other way. Williams looks to try and set something up. Corner ball, nice feed inside, reverse layup, and DeRozier gets hit in the face. He's a little shaken up, but Rodney Drish will get it.
Who else but Rodney Drish to attack inside and hit a shot like that? The dude has been a menace in the paint, and the defense, the three-time OGs better figure out something for him. That's a great attempt at a steal. Ball's loose. I have no idea who came up with that.
Well, they're going to give it to the big guards. That's one thing I know now. 26-22 in favor of those guards that are big.
We're lucky we got the refs helping us out over here.
Yeah. Here's Williams. Williams will give it up to Stinson. Stinson drives. They're going to take the charge, but it's going to be an offensive foul. That was a charge, so good play there by Adedoyan.
Putting your body on the line, not allowing any more extension of this lead. And perhaps a better offensive possession and route for the three-time OGs. Can't be coughing up freebies to the big guards.
Not sure if that was in the restricted zone or not, or what they're calling, but I've seen some calls go the other way and some not, so we'll see. Driving to the hole, there was DeRozier. He'll have it at the top here at the Auburn logo. He'll drive to his right, pull-up jumper, off balance, gets it to go.
That is very nice. He was pushed off balance there, or at least tried to avoid the contact and went off balance and still hit the shot. I'm impressed.
It's amazing. So. It's amazing how control he is. You know, it's like a duck underwater. His feet are moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but his upper half is so still. As big guards cough it up, now coming the other way. They're going to have to slow it down here. DeRozier again will get another 2. So 4 points in the past roughly 30 seconds of game. We're tied up again here at 26. And just under 3.5 to go in the first half of play.
Just one defensive stand. Stands between the three-time OGs and their first lead of the night.
At the top is Drish. Drish will drive to his right. He'll go up. That one off the mark. No foul call. They're going to give it to the big guards. That was Elijah Adedoyan who thought otherwise. He's on the three-time OGs.
It was nice defense, though, by Adedoyan. He denied Drish's attack of the paint. It went out of bounds off him, but still, great defense.
Kevin Kullock will instead not look to pull up. He'll try to pass it inside, keeps it alive, but it's going in favor of the OGs. Coming the other way, a nice little back pass. The fake three, he's trying to find an open man. Pull up, three-pointer from Walker. Walker gets it to go.
Didn't hesitate for a second before pulling a trigger on that one. What a shot.
He's starting to jaw a little bit with the other bench, two of the big guards as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as the night continues. Three-pointer again, trying to answer. There was Williams, unable to go. Coming the other way, DeRozier. He'll pull up for three. He's been hot tonight. He gets another.
My word, Rozier's on fire at the moment. 6-point lead now for the three-time OGs.
I hope that's Philip DeRozier. I mean, we're just assuming that. He just kind of looks like a Philip. That's going to go off the mark from Williams. And under 2 minutes to play here, the OGs look to increase their lead, 32-26 currently. Another deep three, just in and out.
The crowd is electric right now. All these things. This is a fun basketball game to watch.
Nice pass down low, and the foul. A nice feed from Drish over to Kevin Kullock. Kullock could not finish, but he'll be going to the line to shoot a pair.
Attack again. Kevin Kullock also one of those guys on the big guard side that isn't afraid to attack the paint. A big focal point of that kind of offense.
First free throw good now coming into the game is Daryl Cotton. In for number 11, Tariq Spears.
A minute left here. This is the first time we've really seen the big guards in a tough spot in this game so far. That was an important first free throw made. Really wanted that second one to go in, but under a minute left. I want to try and stem the bleeding here at the end of the first half.
A two-possession game here. Pull-up three-pointer again, Walker. That one just goes short here with 50 seconds and counting. 5-point game. They can cut it to one possession with a 2 or a 3 on this possession here with Owens. Owens at the top. He'll give it up to Kullock. Back to Owens. Now to Drish. Drish looking to work. Deep three contested over the hand of Adedoyan. Offensive rebound up and in there by Devontae Williams.
Big two. Cut the lead to 3. Probably now the three-time OG is going to hold on to this ball for the last shot of the first half to either extend the lead or just keep it at 3.
Well, we will see. It does look like they have slowed up pace here. They do want the last shot. If they can get it to go, they can still extend it to a two-possession game here going into the final 20 minutes. A T-shirt is on the line here. And he's fouled from 3. DeRozier going down, and Rodney Drish the culprit.
Hero right now. DeRozier can now extend it back to 6. What a swing that would be. I mean, we saw the big guards in control for the majority of this first half, and then all of a sudden, someone lit a match in here, and the three-time OGs caught fire.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm looking forward to that last shot opportunity with 5 seconds to go. That's always one thing. When I was a kid, I always enjoyed watching NBA players, but they rarely did it. They always just hold on to the ball because it would affect their stat line. But now it's just like, there's no stat line here.
Exactly.
You just got to try and, you got to get your T-shirt. You got to get the goods.
I mean, 3 points is
so we'll
3
see.
points.
So if they're going to be pulling up from half court or whatever it is, I look forward to seeing it potentially here. A lot can happen in about 5.5 seconds. 3 free throws, and 3 are all good. 6-point game here. Coming up for 3, driving to the basket with 1 second. That one's going to be banked in. Devontae Williams cuts it to 4 here at the end of the first half of play. The three-time OGs up 35-31 now for a little halftime game, but we're going to be taking a break. I don't know if we're going to be recapping a little bit. We might come back a little early in the second half just to have a little fun. But currently, it stands 35-31, three-time OGs and big guards in the men's intramural championship game. We've had to go through a lot of those. We'll be right back after this. Nope. As we're back one final time now to start the second half, in a total of 14 halves played in basketball, all starting with the Weagle and Eagle Eye game. We're going to recap of that in a second, but currently three-time OGs up 35-31. Let's just go back all the way to 4:30. That's over 4 hours ago we're talking about now between Weagle and Eagle Eye. I actually made a three-point basket in that game. I feel pretty proud of myself after doing that.
Yeah, although we should also mention the shot that went off the side of the backboard. Or
there was that. Look, I tried the step back, so I'm that's like my pat. I just didn't get it to go. I was a little too off center.
Yeah.
They were guarding me tightly, so I tried it. You know, I think I finished the day 1 for 3 with a three-point basket. So you know what? I'll take it.
At least you got 3 points.
At least. So you know we'll till next year. Till next year is all I can say. So.
And then we had the women's independent championship. That was a fun one. They were lighting up the scoreboard.
They were. That was actually a mercy rule. They actually had to stop play after the 31-minute point because I believe it was the Ballers over. Oh gosh, now I can't even remember the other team now.
Wow, they did have the mercy rule.
They did have the mercy rule, so we were going to be saying it.
Remember.
And actually, that's one of the players on the Ballers over there. So. Back to the game now here with Adedoyan, who will go up and under for 2 and extend the three-time OG's lead to 6. Got a little distracted now.
We were so caught up in the women's independent. I mean, now it's the men's independent, and it's still just as good, if not a bit closer here. Another three-point attempt.
There by Stinson, and Stinson can't get it to go. Jump ball possession, though, arrow in favor of the OGs.
Must be something about the left side of the court. Everyone... No, they didn't make it, but everyone's taking threes.
The possession error was wrong. So it's the big guards who currently have it. There's Williams, three-point basket. He cuts the lead.
It's that side of the court, man. Let's see if three-time OGs keeps that hot thing they started at the end of the second half. And DeRosier, we got confirmation.
Oh, that was dirty.
He's going to continue that hot start.
Having his defender just fly right over and puts it up and under for 2. Williams on the left side. He'll feed it underneath. And over to Joshua French. French gets it taken away there by one of the captains, Jonathan Walker. Stolen and coming the other way.
Oh.
But right back was DeRosier. Corner 3 ball coming. The bank is open.
As soon as that shot went up, DeRosier turned around, started walking back up the court. He knew that was it.
And it was off the bank. It was off the backboard, too, so that's what's even more interesting.
That's teammate trust right there. That's why they're the three-time OGs.
Not only teammate trust, but he looks to the bench when he banks it in. That's what's even crazier. Oh. The off-balance shot. Oh, and a little fancy footwork of his own there for Joshua French of the big guards.
Apparently it's time to smack the glass around a bit. It's receiving a decent amount of hits from the ball.
We haven't seen a dunk tonight, have we?
Not yet.
We need a breakaway for that because they were putting them up in warm-ups there with the big guards. Adedoyan loses a handle on it just for a second. He'll stay with it. Adam King, I believe, is the other one without the number just because he's 00, so I guess he doesn't have to wear a number.
Makes sense.
It's interesting because it's like a code we're having to decipher right now, and I think we finally got it after 23 minutes of play now as shooting free throws will be Elijah Adedoyan.
We talked a little bit about the team's runs to get to this point. Both these teams went 5-0 in their groups. I think from the start they were destined to make this run. Of course, there were 12 groups in the men's intramural championship season. They went 5-0, averaged a ton of offense. But right here, big guards, they have really dipped down offensively. 17 points per game less than in the group stage. And the three-time OGs, I mean, they averaged like 25 points less in the group stage. And here they're keeping pace.
2-2 from the stripe. Currently the score 44-36 in favor of the OGs. And they're three-time for a reason, and they are sure playing like it right now. Swinging it out to Green. Green puts it up for 3 and in.
That was a phenomenal find as well from all the way down on the baseline, kicking it up to the top.
I'm not sure how many times the big guards have played together. It looks like they have, but the three-time OGs just have that chemistry that not a whole lot of others, just because of the time they've played together. I'm just assuming, but I feel like it's a fair assumption to make, as that was Tariq Spears putting it up and in to extend the lead to 7.
No chemistry needed there. That was all Tariq Spears, and then a response, unfortunately off target, but I love the confidence there from the big guards. Devontae
Williams, he's been taking a lot of shots. Not a whole lot have been falling, though, especially this half now. Looking to extend the lead is Spears. He'll look to drive instead of just take it back out, trying to reset his team here. Looking for a screen for Adedoyan. He'll go left, trying to pick up his man. A nice little pick and roll. Good find there. Adedoyan with 2.
I talked about at the beginning, the battle in the paint. It was looking like it was going to be how it decides this series. And right now, three-time OGs, they got back in this game with 3s, but right now they're extending their lead with those short 2s.
To 9. So here are the big guards looking to try and respond here along the baseline. There's Stinson. That was Green who wanted to take a 3 ball. Samuel Green, the team captain here. 3 ball coming from French. He'll get it.
He went from on the ground beyond the baseline after that incredible pass out to getting right back up and draining a 3. That's a quick response.
48-42 with about 15 to go. Here's Spears right in front of your screen. Spears will look to drive to his right, will hold up. Guarding him is Kulik. Spears will go baseline. Kulik gets the steal.
Kulik had the advantage of the wingspan right there. Got his hands in there, active.
And finally a foul. Adam King, who tried to steal it right back.
Overzealous, but ball will stay in the hands of the big guards. No one's really in foul trouble at the moment. We haven't seen too many whistle blows so far.
A running clock till the 1 minute point. That's why you see it here. We've even heard some crowd members yell out, "Why is the clock running?" Well, that's your reason.
Intramural rules.
Intramural rules, that's right. It is kind of nice, though. Keeps the games going. 3 ball coming. Off the mark, draws back iron. Jonathan Walker with the rebound. Now coming is DeRozier. We haven't seen him in a whole lot of plays here, but he'll go up and under for 2. Extends the lead to 10.
He hadn't heard DeRozier spoken on the broadcast enough in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, no kidding. Or 8, I should say. I'm not paying very good attention, I guess, to the score as well. I take a peek up, and maybe it changes before my eyes can see it.
It feels so close, but right now, I was going to say a cold streak for the big guards, but of course, then that 3 just gets drained.
A nice one there from Samuel Green. Right in the face there, Adam King almost got a piece of it as well. Here's Walker. Driving baseline. He'll try to wrap it around. Good defense there. Saves a dribble going up and under. I don't know how he doesn't hit the bottom of the rim. He just somehow finds a way around. Philip DeRozier, I guarantee he's in double figures now. Deep 3 coming. Green, no good. Rebound up and over. That was a foul. They are not going to call it, but coming the other way are the OGs. And finally one there.
There's the foul. I mean, same guy, just a little further down the court and not called an over the back. Still 7-point lead. The big guards have not been able to get as much offensive production as we saw in the first half. That lane has really been vacant for them.
Jack Yohn, Kyle Shaw, and David Dykes, the officials here for tonight's game. Championship game of the IM Leagues here at the Auburn campus. And Rec, we appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight on this Weagle broadcast. As Adedoyan goes up and under, talking to the ref. As coming the other way there was French, who tried to drain a 3. Couldn't get it to go. Deep 3 coming. No good. Rebounded there by Kulik. 12.5 to play here in regulation. The lead has not been larger than 10 for either side. Going up and under. There is the captain in Samuel Green. He'll cut into it. It's a 5-point game.
Finally, making their life a bit easier in terms of shot selection. Of course, it's so difficult to penetrate the defense of the 3-time OGs, but big guards can get in there, find some space, get back to what they were doing at the beginning. Perhaps they close this lead down.
Phillip at the top. He'll go over to his left for Walker. Walker, a nice little Duke and dive. He'll get an offensive foul called on him.
Standing in there.
I don't understand that one.
I think it was Kulik that stood in there. Either way, well, he got the call, so you stand in there, you put your body on the line, and you got rewarded for it.
I don't know what the restricted zone is these days. Well, driving up the court, here's Samuel Green here for the big guards. Big guards down by 5. They can get a basket, they can cut it to a 1-possession game. They can't rebound it there from Walker. Walker's slowing it up, coming the other way. He was being double-teamed in the backcourt. Deep 3 coming. No good. Rebound to Kulik.
3 showers certainly let up just a bit.
Yeah, it sure has. We saw that at the end of the large fraternity game. You could just see at the very end of the last 10 seconds. It wasn't much of a game there, but they were just pulling up from half court, and they made back-to-back shots.
Wow.
It was pretty impressive. As that was French, who just couldn't finish, was streaking down the lane and couldn't get it. It's still a 5-point game in favor of the OGs, looking to extend, and the OGs will take a timeout here. We're going to keep it right here because we only have about 11 minutes to go in this broadcast, and it's been just one fun day, and we don't want it to end just yet.
Such a smooth game of basketball.
It
Not
has
too
been.
many whistles, some really clean shooting.
Well, it's real basketball. It's something where they're actually looking to set up some plays here. They practice this stuff, too. I mean, there's no way that a team like the 3-time OGs come in here just randomly, and there are more T-shirts being taught. Just get the crowd on. I think this would be a perfect time to get the folks on camera. I mean, they're like, it's a good crowd. I mean, now for the large fraternity and sorority basketball games, that was whole something else. I mean, you could see
independent teams. I mean, this is
for
impressive.
independent teams. This is impressive. But I mean, just about an hour ago, this entire gym, just all along the lines, was just absolutely packed with people. It was actually it was remarkable to see it here. Checking back into the game now is Jeffrey Owens for the big guards, and out goes Joshua French. It'll be the OGs to inbound here with Walker. He'll cross half court. Under 11 to go. It'll be swung out to Spears. Spears will back up. Into the game is Robert Benson. Benson, one of the team captains, going up and under. That's going to be a foul.
Rozier was battling 2 defenders right there and still came up with the ball and the foul.
That's Adedoyin who crosses your screen. He's looking for the foul count. He's looking at me. I said, I just don't know because I'm not keeping track. That would be the gentleman to my left. But we're going to reset here. That's Spears, I believe, over on the far side. He'll drive baseline, going up under, no good. Rebounded there by Kulik. Still a 5-point game. Big guard's looking to cut into that. That's going to be an air ball. But saving it, hitting the back of the backboard, that goes out of bounds. That is out of bounds.
Yep. Love the hustle, though.
Either whether it goes over the back of the backboard or whether it hits the back of the backboard, that is out of bounds regardless.
Respect it. Big guards just trying to do more with their offensive possessions. Drish, whose name we mentioned so much in the first half, he's been kind of a non-factor here. He's been taken out. I think the 3-time OG's doing a lot better job of disallowing his movement into the paint. And then on the flip side,
look at that.
Darren Rozier does it with ease.
With ease, another 2 points. I'm just going to guess he's got 20. He's been all over.
20-something.
Yeah, 20-something at least. I mean, we saw him shooting the 3-ball early in the first half of play, and now he's just driving to the basket at will. I mean, he's even drawing contact, but still getting by. I mean, this kid could be a bench player for Auburn basketball. You know, I'm not kidding you. Just his hustle. And that's what I do appreciate. Rodney Drish will go up and under as you're just talking. You know, you can't. As you talk about him, you speak it into existence again. But, you know, it's going to give us a good game. The lead back to 5 for the OGs.
I don't mind me speaking into existence. Drish's finishes were fantastic in the first half.
Compared to DeRozier. I mean, just imagine if DeRozier just had a little bit more size to him. I mean, the guy's got the talent to get there. And he'll go up and under, and he'll be shooting 2.
Combats it with his ball control. He's able to keep it so close to him and out of the hands of any defenders trying to reach in, and his finishes are beautiful.
Right in front of you with no number, that's Adam King, actually repping 00. He'll be entering the game along with, I believe, Elijah Adedoyin.
That first free throw, I believe, was good.
We couldn't see. Well, you could at least. Well, you just look at the scoreboard, and it's a 6-point game now, so I would say so.
It's a safe bet with DeRozier at the line, even if we had our eyes closed.
That too.
Still 6, despite all that. From the 3-time OGs, the comeback, all of the beautiful plays from Philip DeRozier, it's still now a 7-point game. It's manageable for the big guards in the final 10.
It is. We haven't seen a lead bigger than 10 at any point in this game for either side. We saw the big guards actually take the early lead. It looks like they might have been the more powerful team coming into this one, but DeRozier now coming the other way is going to lay it up and in.
And can't be coughing that up this late in the game at this stage of the scoreboard.
2 big points right there, extending the lead to 9.
Here's Drish. I wanted to see another beautiful finish.
A good feed out. He kind of lost the handle on it for a half-second. Ball in the corner, down low for Williams. We haven't seen Williams a whole lot. He'll go up and under, and he'll hit the bottom of the backboard.
He's stuck there. Great defense by the 3-time OGs.
Driving, thinking about taking the shot, was caught. He'll elect not to. 3 ball coming. Oh, he doesn't even look at it. It's kicked out away. DeRosier was feeling it. The offensive rebound coming from King. Back out, they're going to reset to Walker. 3 ball coming. Good for the OGs. Adam King.
And he said we hadn't seen a lead bigger than 10. Check out the scoreboard. Up by 12 3 times.
Williams looking to change that. He'll go up and under, cut it back to 10. Says, no thank you, Mr. Phillips.
It's all about keeping it manageable. 10 points, it's kind of on that line. I think in the final 5 minutes of the game, you really want to make sure you're not down by more than 10.
I'd say if you could cut it to 6 or 7, you'd be in a good spot. Here's Adedoyan. He'll go up and under, contesting him. There is Kullock in the and one.
Big guards had no answer for that play right there. It doesn't matter who's wearing the black jersey. We've seen so many of the 3-time OGs go into the paint and just completely dominate that last man. Big pair, too. Could make it 14.
So it was a 1-and-1 there. Going down, he misses the first. He doesn't get a second. Drish coming the other way. I thought he was going to pull up for a half second. He'll stop, look to try and set something up. Maybe just get an easy 2 down low if he can find a lane. Drish is out of dribbles. Back out to Williams. Williams will move to his left. Williams, the one in the orange shorts. Deep 3 coming. No good. And I'm not sure if I like that shot. It just wasn't a good possession. They never really got it inside the 3-point line.
It's because there's no point of entry. The 3-time OGs are just clogging just under the 3-point line where one player might start to drive for the big guards. And there's so much space to work with here and doing what he does in the lane. That's beautiful from the 3-time OGs.
Kullock just taking the elbow and going down, and no call there. And it looks like they're going to be wiping up some lemonade on the floor.
Adedoyan is one heck of a big man down low.
I don't know where I was going with that. It's just like anything other than sweat. You know, it's like you see when we call volleyball games, it's like that happens so often. It's probably like 3 times a set where they just come out with a towel and just, you know, it's like, right. What else can you say? Because it's just, it doesn't add it. It's like, oh, they're wiping up sweat. All right, cool.
How fun is that?
I mean, great. Let me add to the broadcast by saying they're wiping up sweat on the paint. I mean, it's just boring.
So you say lemonade.
Here you go. It's in the paint. They need to watch. They need to watch the paint dry, I guess. I don't know.
Or make the paint dry.
Make the paint dry with a towel. 65-51. The lead's extended for the 3-time OGs. They're looking to close this thing out with under 6 to go. Dangerous pass. Kullock will intercept there. He'll go down underneath, takes a couple bumps, goes up and in for 2.
Right now, they're just trading blows. 2 points one way, 2 points the other way, and that is not going to amount to much in the way of a comeback for the big guards.
And yet they're still pressing. There's still more than enough time left. DeRosier, if he drains a 3 right here, this thing could be over.
Right there.
We've seen this matchup many times. And one mistake coming. I think it went off the hand of Jonathan Walker. Who are they going to award it to? And that's the right call, I think.
Big guards, that was good defense by Kullock, but so many times Adedoyan has found himself in that ISO area, no one within 5 feet except the one man, and he's kind of won that battle so far, but good stop from the big guards. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Rodney Drish now coming. We haven't really seen him drive to the lane as much this second half as you would have liked to seen Blake. But Kullock making a name for himself here late in this game, cuts the lead to 10 with under 5 to go. I think they've got to turn in some good possessions here now for the big guards if they want to keep this game close, because the 3-time OGs, they're looking to put their foot on the gas and close this thing out. DeRosier, another pull-up jumper. He doesn't miss from that spot.
DeRosier says, Yeah, I'm in defense. You put a guy that's a foot taller on me, sure, I'll let him score. But on the other end, his shot is beautiful.
I hope he's French, because if not, then we're pronouncing his name totally wrong. It would be just DeRozier, but I like DeRozier.
Yeah, it sounds nicer.
I just didn't ask
With how
him.
pretty his shot is and how pretty his game is, like, you need a pretty name like DeRozier to go along with it.
You know,
DeRozier.
DeRozier, that's right. Or I guess Italian, if anything. Italian, I don't know. Under 4 to go and a foul called along the baseline. It'll stay in the possession of the big guards. You can see body language from a lot of their guys, probably outside of Kevin Kolek, who's starting to carry this team now.
Well, keep feeding Kolek. You've got to get stops on the other end. That, I think, has been the real sore point for the big guards. They just cannot stop the DeRozier and company attack.
Offensive rebound going up and under was Devontae Williams. He couldn't get it to fall. They needed that basket.
They did. But 2 free throws, the next best thing. They'll cut it to 10. And, it's the point where it starts to get a little bit more manageable. But
here's the thing. It's a running clock
Yes.
until the 1 minute point. So you got to treat this thing as you got 2 minutes now, and then you got to start fouling.
Yep.
And missing the first doesn't help the cause.
Nah.
Missing both, coming out with the rebound is the captain, Jonathan Walker, and the 3-time OGs. I'm interested to see what they do here, whether they're going to hold it or pull some circus shots like we saw in the last game with the large fraternity groups. I don't think that's their style of play, though. Oh, well, they wanted it for a second.
Kolek on Rozier, trying to force him into some high-arcing shots, or just a swarming defense, force him to cough it up. I like that change from the big guards. Might have come a bit too late.
They might make one more substitution as the foul coming on Rodney Drish. And it's a running clock here. Right in front of your screen there is Adam King with the ball. He'll pass it into the backcourt for DeRozier. And he'll work it right at the logo. Challenging him is Stinson on the big guards. DeRozier and Stinson. Unable to get it inside the arc. As we approach the 2 minute point, still a 12-point game. It goes into the backcourt, but it was tipped off the nose of Green. Going back out, DeRozier is going to be wide open for 3. No good, a rare miss. But how much time did they just eat off the clock on that possession?
About a minute and a half. That was phenomenal keep away. I would say the 3-time OGs won that game of keep away. And minute 40, 4-possession game. I don't know if they're going to get 4 possessions in this next minute 40.
And with fouls, you never know.
That's
and at the free throw line, if there's one thing that's not as consistent at this level, it's definitely going to be free throws. On par with, a Division II or III college basketball team. I think you could consider this a Division III level, possibly. Maybe like a 500 club sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's
really close to it. You guys are good.
They got some athletic ability out here. That 3 goes off the mark. Shot from Green. Williams will put it back up. Can't get it to go, and he's just gone cold.
That hurts right there. That was a chance for 2 big ones.
Wrap around, and that's the dagger. Adam King will get the score to 69.
Huh? Hey!
Deep 3 coming from your boy Rodney Drish, though.
I'm happy to see that. I like his work in the paint. I love his work from beyond the arc. It might just be a bit too late.
Tipped up in the air, DeRozier will give it up to his man, and that's going to be stolen. Williams coming the other way, easy lay-in.
Okay, well, hold that thought.
And finally a timeout, but down after about 3 or 4 seconds elapsed. A 9-point game.
All right, well, that was a great burst of speed. Some nice turnovers forced by the big guards. Got some much-needed points. Now they have to do it like 3 more times.
At least, and they got to play defense as well. Yep. But this full-court press, it's not over yet.
Right.
I thought Adam King had the dagger with that reverse layup, but maybe not so much. We'll see.
We'll see. The shots have to fall, though. We've seen so many missed opportunities underneath the basket for the big guards.
We have. Now, is this a time where you just got to start putting up threes? I think it's time.
I mean,
it's a 3-possession game if you do that.
They've made several things. I'm confident enough. If I'm their coach, I'm confident enough in how they're shooting tonight to make space for those threes or drop a play to draw a 3.
Do they have a coach?
I don't know.
I know
If
a lot
not,
of teams didn't have a coach.
They're impressive if they don't. They're self-coached.
We'll see.
Maybe they have a substitute that.
I mean, I'm not sure how much a coach would do to college students right now if they're a college student as well.
I don't know. Well, it's now or never. I think a turnover needs to be forced here. Might foul, likely will foul, if not an immediate steal.
Nice find. Oh, but that good steal from Williams. Loses the handle on it. And they're going to come away with it here. 2 points, and that will seal the deal. Now I am 99.872% sure that Elijah Adedoyan just put it away here with 33 seconds to go.
A player fitting to put this one away. I mean, his paint work has been immaculate. He's a big dude, and he uses that dense body of his to push off and get as much space as he needs to make his shots.
And they're just going to hold it out here as the three-time OGs are going to be the champions of the 2022 season. You know what? Three-time, we don't know if they're three-time champions, but they are the OGs. They've been together for 3 years. That'll be definitely a question that we're going to have to ask as the clock will strike 0 for the 7th of 7 match to finish the day on Championship Tuesday. As both teams will shake hands, wish each other the best, and say, see you next year. And maybe the three-time OGs could become 4, as we're going to be hopefully talking to Philip DeRosier as he jumps on the broadcast. Would you like to go get him? Because he'll be on this honored. He'll be on this headset. We'll be asking him some questions. Hey Philip, you want to jump on headset? Yeah. As we got Philip coming right here now.
Very hard question.
Well, you know what? Let's just have some fun then. Philip, first of all, I just want to make sure we're pronouncing your name correctly. Philip, is it DeRosier or DeRosier?
DeRosier.
DeRosier. All right, we thought you were French and we're pronouncing it DeRosier, so that's our first mistake, but we're just going to be having fun on this broadcast. All right, so tell me, what's your, from high school to college, I mean, it seems like you played college ball before. I mean, the way you played tonight.
Well, my freshman year when I got here, I was a walk-on. My freshman year when I got here, I was a walk-on for the first half of the preseason, right up before first week of the game. I got cut. And so since then, I've been playing club ball. We got a really good club team. We go up to Greenville, South Carolina next week for regionals. But yeah, I've just tried to stay consistent, put in work when I can, and manage that with classes.
So now tell me now, with the three-time OGs, are you guys going to be four-time OGs next season?
I guess they are. I don't know. This is my first time running with them.
Okay.
So this is my first one.
So you're a one-time OG.
I'm happy right now. I'm happy.
It seems like you're just running. So now you get the hard where you're going to be coming over with a nice orange T-shirt to be wearing around campus. I feel like you're going to be wearing that proudly just in the Haley concourse and everything like that.
I got to.
Is there anyone you want to shout out here, listening to the broadcast, that you know of?
I just want to shout out my team. We had a good year, 10-0. We had played football team last week, tough game. Played yesterday, tough game. So I'm happy we came out here and won. So I know our guys are gassed because they're a little old. So
I'm just going to assume that you're the leading scorer now. Anyone else on your team that you kind of saw that we saw you just ball out tonight. Is there anyone else, if you're having an off day, who's going to be the guy to then step in?
Big guy down low. Y'all saw him tonight. He probably had easy 20. Easy. He's big time. He played great today.
So was the plan to go to you for you to lead the offense, or?
Plan for most games, we're going to get me set a ball screen. But tonight we wanted to go down low, see if we could put Kevin in foul trouble, who's their post player. And they were letting us play a little bit. So then after he got his in, I knew it was my time to go to work, and that's what happened.
Philip, we appreciate the time tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. Go get yourself a nice T-shirt.
Thank you. Congrats, man.
And hopefully we'll see you next year, buddy. All righty, that will do it. The three-time OGs looking to be four-time next year. Philip DeRosier. We apologize. I thought he was French, but you know what? That's just the way it goes sometimes. Your final thoughts from tonight?
The three-time OGs, they started slow, but once they caught fire, led by the big man down low and then DeRosier up top, it's just a dynamic duo that couldn't be stopped.
Gosh, well, I think that'll just about do it for us here today. We had 7 games of basketball, starting with Weagle and Eagle Eye. Weagle coming out on top in that one. That is just what we're going to leave it at here. And that will do it for Blake Phillips. I'm Ian Kowalski, along with Jacob Hillman and everyone else who was a part of the broadcast crew. Jack Hart, Grayson. It's just been an absolute fun house here today at the Auburn campus and rec. We'll hope to see you next year, but then tune into Auburn hockey, volleyball, soccer, however many other sports